Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg has had another bout with cancer. She's just completed 3 weeks of radiation treatment for a cancerous tumor on her pancreas. She's 86 years old. Ed O'Keefe has the latest on her condition.
The tumor was detected on Justice Ginsburg's pancreas during a routine blood test, and a biopsy at the end of July confirmed a localized malignant tumor. The Supreme Court said today that after a 3-week course of radiation therapy at a New York hospital, the justice tolerated treatment well, and no further treatment is needed at this time. Dr. David Agus, a CBS News medical contributor and cancer specialist, said aggressive surgery was not an option given her age and frail condition.
The treatment was somewhat limited to just treating that lesion with radiation therapy. The hope is this will keep the cancer at bay. Is there a chance this could cure the disease? No question about it. Is it likely? Unfortunately not.
The 86-year-old Ginsburg has battled cancer before. Last December, she had part of her lung removed after cancer was discovered, forcing her to miss a court session for the first time in 26 years. A decade ago, she was treated for pancreatic cancer. Ginsburg's health is a perpetual concern in Washington, given the court's narrow 5-4 conservative advantage. But she vows to serve as long as she's able.
There was a senator, I think it was after the pancreatic cancer, who announced with great glee that I was going to be dead within 6 months. That senator, whose name I've forgotten, is now himself dead. And I am very much alive.
The Supreme Court is on its summer recess and reconvenes as it always does on the first Monday in October. Justice Ginsburg has been maintaining a busy summer schedule. Just last night, she was spotted on Broadway attending a production of Moulin Rouge. Laura?
Ed O'Keefe, thank you. For more on this, let's bring in Dr. Victoria Manax Rutson. She's the Chief Medical Officer at the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, so you know a lot about this disease. What does this 3-week course of radiation therapy tell you about Justice Ginsburg's diagnosis?
Well, Justice Ginsburg was one of the fortunate ones. She was lucky that she had an opportunity to actually find her diagnosis came early. And that's not normally what happens with pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer is a tough one, but the fact that Justice Ginsburg, her cancer was found early, it led to earlier treatments. And as we know from what we've heard, she doesn't require any further treatment for this cancer.
Is there a suggested recovery period for this kind of treatment, and could it affect her return to the bench?
Well, that's a great question. Usually with radiation therapy, the types of radiation therapy that are used today usually deliver very high doses of radiation directly to the tumor. And so with that, patients have an opportunity to recover a lot quicker. So with this type of therapy, I wouldn't say that her recovery period is going to be as substantial as compared to somebody who is receiving combination chemotherapy.
And we know that she's had cancer several times before, including in her pancreas about a decade ago. Are there added risks to a recurrence?
So recurrence is something that happens quite frequently with pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer has a very unique biology that's very different from other types of cancers, and it does spread very early. And we're still trying to understand the signals that drive that early spread. But the fact that this pancreatic cancer for Justice Ginsburg was caught early and it was treated early, she does have a very good prognosis. Usually for all types of pancreatic cancer combined, the 5-year overall survival rate is just about 9%. But for somebody who has locally advanced pancreatic cancer that is localized to the liver, that overall survival increases. So it's about between 30 and 40%.
But still low percentages. Does her medical history impact the kind of treatment that she might receive?
It can. Over a course of treatment for somebody who has pancreatic cancer, depending on the type of cancer that presents, treatment can be very unique. So the current types of treatment for pancreatic cancer include surgery, radiation therapy, as well as combination chemotherapy. But for Justice Ginsburg, combination chemotherapy was not needed. So in the future, that could be something that's considered if there is this spread. But as of right now, the treatment seems to have been very successful from what I understand.
Yes, and the press release said the tumor was treated definitively. The disease has not spread and that there's no further need for treatment at this time. So does that mean she's been given the all clear, or is there still cause for concern?
Well, Justice Ginsburg will continue to be monitored. I'm not familiar with the exact logistics of her particular case, but with her history of pancreatic cancer, she will be monitored by her surgeons, her oncologists, and she will continue to be watched in case there is an eventual spread or eventual reoccurrence.
Dr. Victoria Manax Rutson, thank you so much for your expertise.
Thank you.